here. A lot of red today. Generally across crypto, we got S&P, ES1. Those actually doing pretty well. Bouncing as the week opens here, but let's dive in. Let's start with Ethereum. Let's go with this chart. Starting on the weekly here, a couple things I want to look at. First is market structure here, right? We've kind of built this range that we've been trading in for a number of weeks now. We do have what looks like a breakout. It was immediately sold off in the following week, but structure-wise, I'm still going to call that a higher high. So I do think we can continue to go up. We also have this bull cross here with the EMA ribbon and the 200. So I'm not outright bearish, but the current lower time frame price action does make me think we need to come down a little bit more, cool off some before any real leg up. My eye is immediately drawn to this sort of weekly cluster here, basically 1680 to 1500. We've got an order block that starts at 1625. Just for a visual, that is the order block I'm referring to here. So I think there's a chance we come down, get into that a little bit. Certainly if we do, I would be looking to put in some longs in that area. Low leverage as it is, sort of a big area. But I think possibly we come down here like that, and then ultimately come up to around 2300, and when all said and done, if we're really zooming out and we get a real rally, I think it's possible we come up to this untapped supply zone up here, around 3500, 33 to 35, call it. A lot needs to happen before that, but basically that's where I would be looking to sort of either take some shorts, close out longs, depending on what my positions are at that time. But I would definitely sort of shield up at that point. Let's come down. Look at this on a 4 hour. So 4 hour does look like there's room to bounce a bit before going down. We're in this demand zone. Resistance turned to support. We have the RSI is low, looking to cross up maybe. I would kind of wait for that to tick up a bit more to signal that we're getting a pivot. But otherwise, I do think we got this 4 hour bearish cross on the EMA cluster. I would think maybe you could come up to there, tag it again for a bearish retest, and then ultimately chop around, but eventually get down here where I would look to long. That would also give us time for this RSI to kind of reset on the weekly time frame, which would be good. I think we need that. Not that we're running terribly hot, but it's nice to have a cool off. Take your profits if you made some on the way up, let this cool off, and look to re-enter basically. That being said, it is May 1st. There's always the sell in May, walk away crowd that I think there's some weight to that, but I probably just like crypto too much and I'm too ADHD to actually do that, but I'll be here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so looking at this area, as I said, bounce, probably bearish retest and then down. Let's go over, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin lagging a little bit as far as this move goes. It looks like it might try to get that bearish cross on the EMAs. Structurally pretty similar. It's in sort of the local low zone. Not much more to add to this. I would sort of play this similarly. Let's look at the weekly. So weekly we're getting a little bit of a distributive sort of high, low, lower high. I would anticipate this could consolidate and go up, but I would anticipate it looks more like it's gonna go down. And if we look at that same area, I'd say this is your OB. But overall, this entire cluster is of interest to me. So between the dotted lines, 24,000 to 21,750, 24,3 to 21,750. Somewhere in there would be where I would look to start getting some exposure. Again, the order block is going to be the preferred zone, so I would start probably with lighter bids up here, stack them a bit heavier on the order block. Any higher time frame, 4 hour, 1 day closes below that would signal weakness to me, and I'd look to change tactics and probably get out of that trade. What else can we look at? Matic. Let's try in here. Potentially you could long this. If this was in a vacuum, I'd probably put some bids in here, but where I'm thinking Ethereum, Bitcoin going down, I'm not really going to look for longs on alts right now. Especially not, centralized exchange traded ones that high caps basically that are going to correlate strongly, most likely. Once in a while you get a unicorn, but it's not common. I'm not trying to pick that and place bets that way. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Link is interesting. Basically, in this consolidation, ideally, I would think this is going to be accumulation. Eventually it breaks out from that. I would like to see that before getting any real conviction plays here. You could wait until we break out of the complete range high around 930, or you wait to break. Let's go blue on that. The blue level here, which is that supply zone. If we can break above that, that could be our signal to sort of get in. We had that swing failure here. It tried, dumped back down to sort of this little support area. So I'm interested in Link. I think it's a good, backbone project in crypto. I know they have some changes with their tokenomics that give it more utility that I think over time can drive more value to the token. So I would say I'm looking to either long or buy spot, either way, just get exposure. Either in this range low, 590 down to 550, or buy on strength if we can break out above 830. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too much else to look at. When we chat in a little bit, I will look at any coins you guys are looking at, but I think this might be a situation where we just need to let this play out and look to hop into some interesting stuff once this has finished cooling off. And again, if I'm wrong, maybe we do just go up from here. I was bullish the last few days, but this weakness as the week started just doesn't instill confidence in me. I think when we were above the 200, it looked much more promising. Now we're below. It's going to act as resistance. You've got price action resistance here. So I just think most likely it's going to be a bearish retest if we get a bounce up into there. If we can break over 1935, I'll put my foot in my mouth and I'll long. I'll start buying. But until then, I'm going to stick with this is probably going to bounce and go down. All right, I think that'll do it for now. Sorry for the early recording. I just had the house to myself, a little quiet time, so I thought I'd do it now without any distractions. I will be in the stream chat at 4 o'clock Eastern, so we'll chat then. Thanks, like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. Cool. Bye.